Actually bashing Scandinavia just a little bit.
Bum, bum, bum.
Not really, but kind of. We kind of are. We kind of are.
And I'm really good at that.
It's kind of his specialties.
It really is. By the way, I noticed when I wave, I feel like my hand is 50 feet long. I'm like,
That is so weird.
I don't know.
All that's in that is sugar.
I know. It's just being so close to you. It's whew.
Hi, welcome to the House of Valentina. I'm Valentina and my husband Jack is joining us because today we are talking again about Scandinavia, and this time we're actually dissing it just a little bit.
Ooh.
I know, you guys are gonna be like, wait a minute, weren't you just crying over Scandinavia?
I know a lot of you have been asking, like, oh, do a Scandinavian garden.
Yeah.
Those words, it's like an oxymoron
Yeah,
to
a
say
little bit.
Scandinavian garden because it is so cold so much. And we used to make a joke that summer was great, like the whole weekend of it.
Yes.
So because sometimes summer like pops up and you've got like 3 days of it, and one of the years it was like literally like 2 days.
It was.
3 days in the low 70s, and then you're back into your summer jackets and your summer scarves.
It's really true. And I know that some of our Scandinavian viewers are gonna write in and be like, excuse me, our gardens are awesome. And we will tell you some of the stuff that we do like about them, but we are not going to be designing our garden, our yard, around a Scandinavian garden, and there's a few reasons why. The top reason is that it's just too messy. It's just too messy. When we first moved to Copenhagen, we had this really cool house, and it was just a temporary little rental, and it had this beautiful bit of grass, and it was very charming, but it's not landscaped. And for several reasons, we won't be doing this messiness. The number one reason is that we live in a neighborhood with an HOA.
Yeah.
And they don't allow you to have grass lopping over on the sidewalk. They don't allow you to have messy gardens. They don't allow you to have, you know, like plants that aren't kept up. And this idea of, generally, I know we're making huge generalizations here, but Scandinavian gardens in general are very free and they don't put down a lot of chemicals, which is good. However, that means that they're less concerned about weeds and areas, just they let it just go. They let it go wild.
Yeah, so a lot of times if you're in the city, obviously you don't have a garden. Maybe if you're in a townhome, you have a tiny little patio area. But out in the countryside and kind of the country homes and the rural settings, it's usually just grass.
Yeah.
And if they do have a little bed, maybe a rose bush here or there, but a lot of times there's not even like flower beds. It's just grass right up against the house.
Yeah, and sometimes they'll just put like a tree like right in the middle of the grass.
Because that's the whole point. They want to, when it's nice, they want to sit in the grass.
Yes.
So there's no like gardens for the most part.
I mean, I know there are.
There are.
There are definitely
but
people who love gardening in Scandinavia. That's why I'm like, I don't want everybody writing in hate mail. We're not saying, we're making huge generalizations here. But typically, most people don't do the landscaping the way that we do in the US. When we got here, we were like, golly, everything is so manicured, and we really didn't like it.
everything's like a resort.
Yeah,
You're like
it's
3 plants and they all match and that type of thing.
Yeah, and we really didn't like that, and we still don't love that either. I think that there's like two extremes where it's like it's so perfect, and they're like every plant is a little ball, and there's we like the fact that you would have that movement, but yeah, I don't think that we'll be doing the messy thing.
Probably not.
Reason number two that we don't want to have a Scandinavian garden is because generally Scandinavians don't invest a lot of money into their gardens, and this is an area that we spend a lot of time, so we want to invest more in ours. So we went and saw Denmark for the first time when it was cold. So to us, it was just cold. It wasn't anything abnormal. It was just cold. We didn't think too much about it. And then summer came.
And we just moved there from Africa, which was 120 something degrees in summer, and you ran into the shade constantly.
So true.
You avoided
So true.
the sun.
Yes.
You avoided being outside, and suddenly the first time summer hit, it was like, what is everyone doing?
And then after we were there long enough, we were like, oh, okay, I get it. It's so cold and it's so dark for so long, and even over the summers it still rains a lot and it's still pretty chilly. So when it's warm, you run outside. So I think that's probably one of the biggest reasons why Scandinavians maybe don't put such a focus on the outdoor area, and they really put that focus in on the indoor area.
The third reason we're not really going to do a Scandinavian garden is because we're down in the south. And the plants that do really, really well up in Scandinavia, they don't do so well here. Roses do, obviously, probably different type of rose.
Right, we have certain varieties that do really well here, right?
They would have like climbing roses everywhere and a lot of height. And then what was the other?
That I really miss. We lived in an area where they were townhomes, and the hollyhocks and the roses were just breathtaking. Absolutely breathtaking. I feel like we have to struggle pretty hard to get our roses to be happy here. So when we look at gardens like France, where we have a similar climate, then it's easier for us to replicate that look. And I think that it's an interesting conversation where you think through,
right.
Well, if I love a desert garden and I live, in a cold, arid place, like, is trying to create something with sand the best idea? Probably not. So I think there's just a bit of practicality here that you have to really look at the environment that you're trying to plant in.
Yeah, if you're living in Fargo and you really love Spanish gardens, you may not be able to do that. You may have to interpret it in an inside space.
Yeah.
Because you're in Fargo.
Yeah, you're going to need to bring
cold.
the lemon trees inside.
Yeah, otherwise they're going to be frozen lemonade.
Yes.
Which isn't bad, but still.
That'll be all right, yeah. Okay, I have to be totally honest. This is going to make me sound like a total jerk, but I hate the recycled look. I hate the repurposed, junky furniture. I just...
I don't think any of us are shocked by that.
Do you think? Oh,
no, I don't think so.
Well, I spend
you
so much time.
You have a very refined palate.
I have so much time saying, oh, everybody do their thing, and I love all things. There's a few things I don't love, and like, I'm over the pallet furniture. And I'm sorry if you have that. I'm so sorry, because if you have it and you're enjoying it, please keep enjoying it. However, like, Scandinavians are very resourceful, and I love that about them. They're environmentalists. I love that about them. I love the fact that they like to eat organic and grow organic. I love all those things, but I don't want to sit on a pallet out in the garden in general. Like, it's just, it's too hippie. It's too hippie.
You're just not a hippie. But every one of us has our own different style. We dress different, we live different.
Yeah.
So I think you have to, based on, if you're hippie boho, maybe French garden's not for you. Maybe a Scandi garden is, or some other type of garden. So I think it's just really based on what you like. But I totally agree with you. I do not want to sit down on something that I can get a splinter from it, because I attract splinters.
You too. I just always feel so guilty, because it's like, it's reusing what you have, and I think that's great. But maybe we'll reuse the pallets for something else.
Yes.
Just not for my garden furniture. I just need something that I can actually sit on.
Right.
I don't want to have something down on the ground. Yeah, it's just not me. I think that, oh my, are you drinking? Oh, is it good?
Mm-hmm.
I need to take a sip of mine. We're sipping on, I kept looking on Amazon. I'm like, I don't know why I can't find hula blomst. And I was looking with the Danish word. It's called elderflower.
Yeah.
And you can actually order the syrup. So just like the lavender lattes that we made during French Week, now we're sipping on elderflower lattes. Mine is hot and his is cold, it's iced. And it's amazing. It's like sweet nectar.
It's one of those flavors. When we first moved there, I don't remember what it's called, but they sell like just pure
so good.
What's it called again?
Elderflower
juice.
Syrup. Yeah.
And the kids, like, they buy it, you take it home. The first time we drank it, we're like, this is the worst thing I've ever had in my entire life.
It's concentrated.
Because it's concentrate.
Yeah.
So we drank the concentrate.
We didn't know that. So you're supposed to mix the concentrate with water, and it creates like
we heard all these health things. I'm like, what are they? This is like jacked up Kool-Aid right here. What are they doing? They're not all healthy. And then we realized
we didn't read any Danish, so we didn't know.
Nope.
And then as soon as we started, we visited somebody's house, and they were like, "Oh, go get the hula blomst, and we'll make some." And we were like, "Make some."
I drink it straight. I'm hardcore American here.
No. The fifth reason why we will not be doing a Scandinavian garden is the color palette. Like, they don't plan things a lot of times. And
it's very whimsical.
Sweden, they actually have a reason why they paint their buildings red. It's actually, there's like a historical background that goes all with that. Like, I like red on my nails. I don't want it on my house. And a lot of times it's just...
There's just certain color flowers that are not allowed in the house of Valentina garden. And I figured that one out. Because I think probably the first year I went and bought some. And you're like, that's really nice. Why don't you go plant it in our neighbor's yard tonight
Yeah.
where they sleep?
I'll give that one to my mom. she loves yellow.
We're very stylized. So everything has so even our
Yeah.
garden is mostly the same color palette.
Yes, I think there's nothing wrong with that.
There really isn't, it's fine.
But in general, Scandinavians do not, they're not thinking through all that if they do have a garden space. Whether, we would actually go to the King's Gardens a lot. So
Yeah. There's like a castle.
yes. So we lived in the city. I mean, truly, don't feel sorry for us, right? Because we don't want to make our gardens like Scandinavia, because we were so spoiled because we could just go to the King's Castle and there were gardens there and we would spend all our time out there. We would meet our friends there. We'd have picnics.
Yeah, and unlike a lot of parks here where you're like, don't sit on the grass. No, it was very much sit on the grass.
Absolutely.
So, and on a nice day, you couldn't find a spot
Yeah,
in the
we would
grass.
spend hours out there and the kids would just run around.
There's ice cream, there's coffee shops, there's
Yeah.
everything
Oh my
you could ever
gosh.
want.
Yeah. So the reason we could take lessons, and I do think through that, like, oh, remember how the King's Garden was? And they have really pretty plots and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff.
But I think one of the things we took away from it is I didn't grow up, even living here in the South, I didn't grow up sitting outside and eating. We didn't even have a table and chairs half the time. Like, and a lot of people still don't. They don't have
Funny, I didn't realize that. I don't remember ever sitting outside
No.
with my family.
like people don't have tables and chairs a lot of times,
I mean, we
even on the
did,
back
but-
deck.
Until you said that, I don't have any recollection of sitting outside on the deck like that.
Whereas pretty much every Sunday morning, we're out on ours.
We are. I didn't even
Yeah.
put that together. You're so right.
With Corona right now, no baseball and no early Saturday morning games, we've
Yeah.
been out there on Saturdays. And a
Yeah.
lot of times on a Tuesday night, if the weather's nice, we grab our food, turn on the lights, and go out back and sit. And that's very much more of a Danish. Now, we don't do it when it's
I didn't think of
120
it that way.
degrees, but
yeah, but you're so right. So one of the things that I've noticed is that all of our Danish friends that are here, they spend so much time outside, and I never put that together. That's why, because they really value that outdoor time.
Yeah.
I think that's really interesting.
I think it is interesting.
Yeah, and the funny thing is we should revisit this about the deck because we have an outdoor seating area, and I think that is where they would style it more and put more effort into
Definitely.
like a balcony or a deck area, and that's what we did as well. In fact, I'll link to it below where we originally did ours. We've had to change it because the table had to be returned because it wasn't in good condition. But we'll do a tour of the outdoor space very soon, hopefully for Garden Week. If we get through Scandinavian. I don't want to get through Scandinavian too fast though. I kind of want to like camp out here and then we'll talk about the garden later. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. I hope that maybe it's shown you how we kind of think through things as we design our own home and how we work with our clients. We think backwards sometimes. Sometimes it's easier to say what you don't like and what you don't want to do than to try to figure out when you like a lot of things, how to narrow it down. So it's like, okay, cross that off the list. That's not it, but I do like this. Let's bring that element. That's how I think you can use this video to really help you figure out what you want to do, either with a garden area or a yard or maybe a back deck. It'll help you kind of narrow your field down to what you want to do with it.
Yeah.
So please hit subscribe if you haven't already. Also visit us at Instagram. We have 2 accounts there, Valentina Bustle and the House of Valentina. And you can also enjoy the Inspired by V Facebook group. We love being able to connect with you here. We love it when you guys come to visit, and we love being able to be in touch with you more on a daily basis. So thank you again for stopping by, and we'll see you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye.
How's it going there? Welcome to Gardening with Grandpa. The hottest grandpa you've ever had. They already have a van dedicated to us, has our name on
No,
it.
that's how I got it.
It says
I got
House of Valentina, Amazon.
One day.
He just drives back
World
and forth.
domination, Amazon, House of Valentina.
Placed
You
like
can see
4
it now.
orders this week.
No, that's how I got it. So because I didn't want to go to IKEA right now. Well, I don't think you even can, but yeah. So you can order it if
All right.
you want it. I'll put a link below.
We got distracted on that one.
We did. So